Greetings wherever you are, and I trust this finds you in a great mood. So, welcome to skill number 16. Welcome to TSM and Project G8. And today we're going to talk about 5 qualities of a leader. 5 qualities of a leader. So, these qualities, they are very important. They're going to help you be able to become the best leader of yourself, or the best leader of, or rather, the best version of leader you can ever become. And of course, you have to remember that in network marketing, leadership is something that is very important, and leadership is something that is very powerful. The more you're seen as a leader, the easier it becomes for you to grow your team, for you to nurture your people and mentor your people. However, one thing you have to note is that in network marketing, creating leaders is not an easy task. So it takes time, it's like blood and sweat, because you are replicating people who are like you, or you are replicating or rather producing people who are doing better than you. That is now how things go. So let's get started. So the first is that you have to lead by example. You have to lead by example. Okay, so the first point here is that true leaders have their heads in the clouds but their feet on the ground. It simply means you have to be able to lead on both sides all at the same time. You have to become a leader to so many people who are at different development stages all at the same time. Okay, you have to lead those who are at the top, those who consider to be individuals who have been well mentored, who understand what happens in the business. You have to lead those who are just joining the business, maybe they're asking you questions. You have to lead those who want to be closed. You have to lead every person within your team. So you must make sure that you are able to see what is happening generally in your team, and you're also on the ground knowing what is going on. That is one thing you need to keep in mind. Next. They know the legacy they live is the lifestyle, is the life they live. Okay, so they know that leaders know that the legacy they live is the life they live. Okay, so basically, the moment you become a leader, you become a source of motivation, a source of encouragement, a point of reference. People will be looking at you and they'll be saying, my leader did this and this and this, and I'm proud of him because of how he helped us be able to achieve which kind of lifestyle did he help us be able to build. As we said, network marketing is the kind of business that can give you a change of lifestyle. Now, when you lived your life, when you changed your lifestyle, how many people did you get to affect? Okay, when you changed your lifestyle, how many people did you get to impact positively? And that kind of lifestyle that you created is what now remains behind as a legacy. People will remember you for that. Okay, so that is what happens. The next point is you lead with your life, not with your position. You lead with your life, not with your position. You have to understand that network marketing is a business opportunity that shows other people what has happened to you. Okay, and I like telling people, the moment your life starts changing in network marketing, embrace it, take it positively. That is the start of the change of your life. That is how everything now starts transforming into something different. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay, next thing is that you have to keep in mind that character counts. People respect you for your character, not for your position. Okay, of course they will respect you for your position, but there is another type of respect comes when you have a good character and you have position also. Okay, so character really counts in a very big way. People respect you for your character. Make sure you protect your character and your integrity and your social image. Make sure you protect those things together with other things with your life. Okay, because your reputation, you don't need to let your reputation be able to be ruined by any person. Okay, so character is very important. That is now what people will be discussing, that people will be saying, this guy, I know him because of ABCD, because you have that kind of character. Okay, next point, true leaders know that they attract who they are, not who they want, especially in network marketing. When you're building a network marketing business, you have to understand that the people you are attracting are exactly the kind of people whom you are. They are a reflection of who you are. Okay, you will never attract someone who is doing better in network marketing if you're not a better person. You will never attract someone who is doing better, or rather far way better than you in network marketing if you're not a better person. Those people, they'll be able to sense your mediocrity from very far away. Okay, so if you want to attract people exactly like you have to become the kind of person that you want. You have to become the kind of person you wish to see in your team, and that is how you're going to be able to attract the kind of people you want. There is a concept we call monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do. It's a very powerful concept in network marketing where people become what you do, not what they tell you or not what you tell them, but people become what you see you become, and they become what you actually get to do. So that is how it is. So true leaders in network marketing, they attract who they are, not who they want. Okay. And the second point, the second one here is that teamwork. Okay. Teamwork is something that is very important. So these are the points under teamwork. True leaders know that they can do it alone, but they decide that it, or rather they do it as a team, or rather they understand it is easier to deal with a team. Okay. So true leaders know they can do it alone, but it is easier with teamwork. So that way they start propagating now the growth of a team. A majority of people, you will find out that they have been conditioned to think that they can be able to achieve greatness working alone. But the reality is you need to work as a team. If let's say you are living in the jungle and you needed each and every person within your family to protect you, it meant that if there was anything something like some sort of danger, maybe let's say one of the evenings where you're staying in the jungle and there was danger approaching, you would have to fight as a whole family. If you don't do that, then it means you're shortchanged by one individual. And that is how you get that people are surviving outside here. You have to learn how to work as a team. Okay. So true leaders, they know they can really achieve a lot alone, but they still decide that, you know what, let me now build it with the family. Of course, here building it, but it is easier with a team. Of course, it is easier to achieve a lot of things with a team, but creating that team in the first place is not an easy thing. So they know that, but they go ahead and do it anyway. Why? Because that is what is expected of them. Okay. So true leaders, they compete with themselves, not with others. They compete with themselves and not with others. They have set their own targets. They have set their own things that they want to achieve. They know that by doing A, B, C, D, they'll be able to achieve this and this and that. And they want to ensure that each and every single day, they're able to take the necessary steps to help them be able to get closer to their goals. Okay. So by the end of the year, when other people are thinking of what to do next year, leaders have already seen, they have already done, they've already marked whatever they were able to achieve in the past year, and they have already seen how far they have gone, and they have already planned. Actually, you get that they usually have long-term plans. I haven't seen a true leader who plans his year at the beginning of the year. These people, you find out that they have a 3-year plan, 2-year plan, 5-year plan, 7-year, 10-year plan. They're just working on it. They know from this step, I'm going to the next one. From this achievement, I'm going to the next one. That is how they are able to build on themselves. Okay. The next thing is that they believe in coexistence. True leaders believe in coexistence. Coexistence gives them the ability to accommodate other people with other potentials, with other abilities to become part of whatever they are working on. Coexistence enables you to accommodate people probably who are working at a different frequency. For example, if let's say you are a leader in, let's say you're building this business in Kenya, and then you have a team from other countries, you get that at some point, some other countries will be, the time when the team in your country is asleep, in another country they are awake. And you have to be available to ensure that you take care of them. So that is now what you need to keep in mind. Leaders promote and they understand and they believe in coexistence. They find a way to create a system whereby each and every person, whether great or young, whether great or not great, whether elderly or young, they are able to coexist, all of them as a team. Okay. Next thing is that they are genuinely happy for other people's success. They're genuinely happy for other people's success. And here, when I'm talking about other people, I simply mean about people in their team. True and genuine leaders, they are so much concerned about how many people in their team are making it, how many people in their team are improving, how many people in their team are getting the results. They try whatever they can to ensure that you have what it takes to help you be able to craft your own results. They will provide the materials, they will provide the skills, they'll be ready to support you, to mentor you, to guide you. Whenever you call on them, they're always available. That is a mark of a true leader, because a true leader understands that the fact that he is available for you, it makes it easy for you to be able to become a better person in the business. This one gives you a chance to grow even much, much faster. Okay. So that is how it is. And they promote teamwork. They promote teamwork a lot, that they believe in it, that they play it as a team leader, as a great leader. Okay. So they use other people's success stories to build on their team. They use other people's success stories to build on their team. They can also do the same thing to help you build your own team. They will share other people's success story. They will, because there's a quote by Jim Rohn, and I like quoting this, that says, sometimes it is not your success story that might tip the sale, but someone else's story might make us be able to make a sale. So that is how it usually is. Remember, people will respond to different success stories because of how those people in those success stories were able to overcome maybe their tough times, and they were able to achieve success. This one usually happens because you get that we come from different backgrounds, we face different challenges, and we are able to build this business because this kind of a business that doesn't really have a specific marking scheme. Any person can use any method to become successful in this business, as long as those methods are within the agreeable limits. And you get that because of that, you are able to create different unique success stories from different people who achieved their targets in different manners. Because of this, you might use someone else's story, or maybe 2 or 3 people's stories. You might get that maybe one story motivated maybe half of the people, the other story maybe motivated a quarter, and then the other one motivated maybe the remaining quarter of the people. That is how things usually happen in network marketing. Okay, next thing is that great leaders never discuss negatively about their uplines, about their sidelines, and about their downlines. Okay, so we usually don't like discussing about this unless it has become a problem. Of course, sometimes you get that the team that you're building, there are different people with different abilities, with different energies and powers, and people behave differently, and sometimes some of them, they are doing things, you're trying to guide them the right way, but they are not willing to do that. So of course, we usually have those discussions where we discuss about our team members. How is this one doing? How is this one responding? How is this one maybe conducting themselves with respect and things like that? However, we are not supposed to use that time to discuss negatively, to gossip about our team. We usually don't do that. Okay, of course, you can discuss about the challenges your team is facing, the way maybe someone is behaving in a way that you don't like, and you try to ask yourself, what is the solution to that? How do we solve that? That is a normal discussion. But now downgrading your team members, discussing evil about them, maybe gossiping about them and talking bad things about them, that is not accepted in your team. Okay, so don't do it, whether it is your upline, whether it is your sideline, or whether it is your downline. Remember, the moment you start doing that, you're creating something that is very bad. You're creating an evil energy in your team that is going to infect other people. Make sure you keep it positive. Okay, next point is that true leaders let people find out about other people's weaknesses themselves, not from you. Okay, if you're a true leader, just let people find about other people's weaknesses by themselves. Let it happen naturally. I like doing that in my team, and I tell them that, you know what, right now you're just doing this and this and this, but when you get to a level where I am able to discuss about this with you, I will tell you. Okay, so you let them go through the experience. You let them go through the experience so that they experience it by themselves, and then you ask them, what have you encountered today? They will tell you, this was the challenge, this was the challenge, this is what I went through. And then you tell them, you remember that time I told you, when you get to this level, I'll explain to you. Now you have reached that level, and then now you start telling them. Okay, I found that network marketing is an opportunity that builds on you. Like, the more you do it, the better you become. The more you do it, the more improved you become. There is no way you're going to achieve success in network marketing if you don't get to do it. Okay, most people are scared of doing the activities in network marketing for the fear of failure, but that fear of not being able to do what you're supposed to do is what is now keeping you where you are, is what is now preventing your success. Okay, so you have to understand that in network marketing, the more you do it, the more you are able to build on the business, the more you keep on doing the activities, the better results you're going to get, the more you're going to improve by yourself, and you have to keep that in mind. Okay, so letting people be able to find out things is a better way of learning, because in anything that you do, you learn better through failure than you learn through success. The moment you get to discover something, of course, you get that most things that people discover are things that usually don't bring results. That is where the problem is. Problems are usually discovered earlier, many times, as compared to things that are not problems. Okay, because for something that is not a problem, you are likely to oversee it because it is not giving you any resistance. And the moment that thing is not giving you any resistance, it doesn't become a point of concern, or rather, it doesn't become like your focal point. It doesn't bring in that attention. Okay, so the moment you find out that people start discovering about other people and they're sharing it with you, that is now the moment you get that they have discovered. Most cases, they have discovered something negative about someone, and they're trying to tell you, you know what, I found out that this is what I found in this guy, and it is like a challenge to me. It is like something negative. How do I handle it? That is how it goes. Okay, so do not become the person who tells other people that this is how your upline is. What you can do is you can guide your team, and you tell them that, you know what, when you start seeing this kind of behavior in people, take it in this manner, this manner, this manner, and then let them discover who has that kind of behavior in your team. That way, your team members are going to remember you in infinite manners, or rather in infinite ways, as someone who wanted good for them and not as someone who was promoting the downfall of your team. And that is how they're going to do the same thing to be able to build their team, okay? And this one is usually a very big problem. In network marketing, it is usually a very big problem. You're going to encounter this. You're going to encounter people talking bad about other people in your team. You're going to encounter people asking you about why is the other one behaving like this. You're going to encounter about someone complaining to you about how another team member is behaving and things like that. So let them just complain those things to you, but never be the one who is complaining to them. Tell them that now you handle this way, like that. And that is how you're going to be able to build a healthy team, okay? So I'm spending time with this because the same people you're going to receive complaints from are going to be the same people who you need to work with, people in your team, okay? So next point, be ready to sacrifice for teamwork and training centers. Now this one goes for leaders, okay? And remember, this is now the leadership challenge, how to become basically a good leader, okay? Or rather the qualities of a good leader. So you have to be ready to sacrifice for teamwork and training centers. This means you have to be ready to fund the activities of your team. Training centers usually cost money, hall hires usually cost money, and projectors, traveling, having a laptop, all those things, they require resources, okay? They require monetary resources. Being able to dress nice, ensuring that you coordinate with your team so that in case of anything happens, you're able to fund any emergencies and things like that, okay? So in our times when we were starting this, you get that we had our own challenges. In my case, when I had to support my team, I used to go there even when I have not made any money. But I just knew that going there is going to motivate people in my team. I used to go there even when I have not made any sales, when I don't. Sometimes you're going there as a leader. These are things you have to be prepared. You're going there to train, to do trainings for your team. You're going there as a leader. You've invited your individuals to come and attend the opportunity. No one is showing up. Okay, but you have to be there because you're a leader. Okay, so those are the sacrifices that you have to go through to support your team. And you get that eventually the people that you started supporting, they started seeing the sense in your efforts. They started seeing the sense in whatever input you're putting in, and they started taking the business seriously. And through that, they connected one or three individuals. People started building the team, and the momentum was able to grow up. And through that, you get that as you keep on supporting your team and being able to ensure that we have training facilities, we have training centers going on and everything running on, you get that now your team is able now to grow a bigger team. You get that now leverage starts growing in your team because now you will not be doing it alone. If maybe something happens that one day you have delayed, you have someone else who can actually be able to do it, be able to help you, be able to take responsibility in your absence. That is now what comes. Yeah, that is now what you need to understand. Okay. Point number 3 is that they mentor a successor. Okay, great leaders, they mentor a successor. So, the first point is the true purpose of becoming a leader is to empower other people. The true purpose of becoming a leader is to empower other people, okay? And that is now what usually happens. You're not a leader just to be there to be known as one leader who ever lived. No, you are there to empower other people, okay? Next point, the purpose of a leader is to create other leaders. The purpose of a leader is to duplicate, manufacture, and produce other leaders. I usually say that if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to leave that room, okay? If you're the smartest person in the room, you need to leave that room. The moment you leave that room, you create a gap. The moment you create a gap, someone else has to take charge, has to take responsibility. Someone else, they have to man up and be able to take charge of the void that you've left, okay? And that is how you're able to create more leaders. And soon enough, the rest of the people, they will follow. They will want to become, they will see the trend and they will follow through. And that is how you get to produce more and more and more leaders, okay? Next point is, don't be the only star in your team. When you're the only star in your team, you create some level of dependency that is not good. Other people, they will fail to grow. They will fail to be able to realize their potential because you are the only star in your team. You're the only person who is always taking charge, okay? So be able to give other people a chance so that they can also be able to become leaders like you. And that gives you a chance. That gives you some sort of independence because you are now not the only one who is being depended on. okay? In your absence, someone else can be consulted, and that gives you some level of freedom and control over your life, okay? Next point is always watch how you do your business. Your successors will copy, okay? And this one now echoes another point we have in network marketing called monkey see, monkey do. You have to remember in network marketing, people will do exactly what you do, not what you say. Okay, so this is what you have to keep in mind. Always watch how you do what you do. Okay, always watch how you do your business. Your successors will copy the same thing. If you're doing your business in a wrong way, they will copy. If you're doing the business the right way, they will copy, and they will always see. These people, they are extremely observant. They see, what is my mentor doing? Something that my mentor doing is what I'm willing to do. So they are always willing to copy you, and this is something that usually happens subconsciously. Okay, you get them doing exactly what you're doing, or you get them doing something close to what you're doing, or you get them doing a better version of what you're doing. It usually happens like that. Okay, next point you have to keep in mind. Next quality of a leader is that leaders have passion, okay? So leaders always have passion. Passion, these are things that you're willing to do. You're willing to because you love them, because they bring life into you, because they make you feel much better. They help you get closer to the things that you want to achieve in life. They give you happiness. They give you satisfaction. They give you, that is where you pour in your energy. That is where you pour in your time, in your investment and all that, okay? So the first point is that commitment beyond tests. Leaders have passion, and leaders have commitment beyond tests, okay? One thing I want you to know is that the moment you start building on network marketing, you're going to go through tests and temptations, and you're going to go through a lot of things, and all these things, they will be testing your patience. They'll be testing, are you really worth a leader? Are you worth the reward that is going to come after this, after what you're doing, okay? Network marketing is a business that is full of challenges, and these challenges, they shape you into a better person. The more you do the business, the more better you become, the more valuable you become in the marketplace, and the more you're going to earn, okay? So you have to understand that true leaders, they have commitment beyond tests. Their level of commitment goes beyond anything that you might think. They put their commitment first, they put their business first, they put their success and their team first, okay? So the next point is that the desire to pass through challenges. They are ready and willing to pass through challenges. One of the most motivating things I tell myself every day is, let me do it and see what happens, okay? Let me do it and see what happens. If I want to talk to someone, let me talk to him and see what happens. If I want to do a presentation, or rather want to create a training, let me do it and see what happens. I'm always positive. I do it because I'm expecting, or rather because I'm targeting positive results. But however, since I know that there are so many things I cannot control, I go ahead and do it anyway, and then see what happens. That is now the kind of power you need to have. The desire to pass through challenges. You want to do it. You know it is hard, but you tell yourself, let me do it and see how far I can go. Let me do it and see what happens. That is now the kind of mentality you need as a leader, okay? The next thing is that leaders are ready to handle criticism and opposition. We are always ready to handle criticism and opposition. I'm always ready for that. The moment someone criticizes me, it is either the time I confirm that what I'm doing is actually the right thing, or what I'm doing needs to be changed because this person is giving me a feedback that confirms to me that what I'm doing is not being done the right way, or that is now the time that gives me a chance to educate the person, okay? It gives me a chance to learn about people. How do they behave? Why are they behaving to this? I usually question everything during criticism, okay? And then we also give our chance to face opposition. Opposition, that is where now we get to birth new ideas. If you're never opposed in what you're doing, then you're not doing it good enough, okay? If what you're doing is actually something that brings results and you're not facing any opposition, then there is a problem with the way you're doing it, okay? So the next point is that people are inspired by your passion, not what you are preaching. That is why I say people will always watch you, okay? People will always watch you, and if you keep on doing the right thing, if you keep on doing it long enough, you'll be able to attract the right people. You'll be able to attract the people that you really need to work with, and that is how great leaders are created, okay? Next thing is that the true measure of passion is desire greater than death. The true measure of passion is desire greater than death. Now, desire greater than death, what does this mean? What does this mean? It simply means that sometimes people love something so much, or rather they desire to have something so much that they are willing to delegate their life, their time, their energy, their efforts into achieving a specific thing, okay? They would rather risk. They would rather leave everything else and just focus on that thing that they desire, that thing that they like doing, that thing that is their passion, and just focus on it until it works. That is now the meaning of the true measure of passion is desire greater than death, okay? And you get that true leaders, they have passion in the things that they do. They believe in the things that they do. They are not willing to, you get that their business and whatever that they are building is top priority. It does not matter. You cannot threaten them. You cannot control them. You cannot divert their attention. You cannot distract them, because they have that passion and focus on what they want, okay? So to them, they would rather lose your friendship. They would rather lose the connection and whatever interaction you're having with them, but they would rather do that, but keep their passions and desires burning. That is now the true mark of a true leader, okay? So they know what they want exactly, they know how to get there, and they know how to block all sorts of distractions to get there, okay? So number 5, we have what you call persistence, okay? So true leaders, they have, the first point is the commitment to success. They have committed and delegated their lives to success. They want to see you become successful through what they are doing. They want to see every person become successful through what they are doing. That is now the kind of leader that you need. The next point is they insist on their dream. They insist on your dream, okay? They keep on telling you that you need to have a dream. You need to have a vision. Where do you see yourself in the next few years? You need to have a dream. You need to have a vision. You need to have a dream and all that. So that is what they will keep on telling you. Next is they are ready to handle the pressure. They are ready to handle the pressure. I remember when I was starting this career, when I decided that I'm now going to take this career to the next level, okay? I used to go for trainings and I would travel as far as 250 kilometers in a day. That is 500 kilometers. 250 in the morning, 250 in the evening overnight. To go to a new place, train individuals and then come back. 200 kilometers, 100 kilometers. I used to do that. For me, it was very normal. People used to wonder the kind of commitment and focus I'm putting into the business. But, they used to ask me, like, are you not getting tired? And I would tell them that I'm handling the pressure right now because I know where I'm headed. I know the kind of results I'm willing to project in the next few years. And the results are paying me right now very big. Okay, so the next point is that true leaders believe in the future so much. They believe in the future so much. Why? Because it is in the future where you have a chance to make adjustments to your past and your present. The future is the only place where you have the chance to make adjustments to your past and your present. If you do not focus on changing your future, then you might never have a chance to change your life, okay? So true leaders believe in the future because that is now where you can be able to bend things. That is where you can be able to bend the laws of success, the laws of achievements, the laws of abundance, the laws of, prosperity. You can be able to bend them in the future by working in the present, okay? So that is how it is, okay? And the next thing is that endurance of opposition. Endurance of opposition. You have to understand that becoming successful is a struggle for a lot of people. That is why we have only a few successful people and so many who are unsuccessful. Being able to break from who you are to become a different person who is much better, who has more time, who has more things than the rest of the people have, is you have to create a space for those more things that you have to create, that you're going to achieve, okay? It's like where you are, you only have a space to accommodate a few things. So for you to be able to achieve more things, first of all, you must create the big space. If you want to achieve big things, you must create big space. And for you to create a big space, it means there are things you're going to displace. And it's going to be very hard. It is going to be a struggle for you to displace these things and be able to have this occupy this big space. If you create that space and you do not occupy that space, again, you lose the space. So that is how challenging network being able to grow and being able to change is, okay? So you get that because of this, you are going to endure a lot of opposition. You're going to endure a lot of opposition to create big space. You can imagine you're crowded somewhere and you want more space. What does that mean? Other people, they don't want you to have more space because they know they are going to be suppressed, or rather they're going to lose something. That is how it is. And that is now the laws of nature. If you do not lose something to gain something, you're not going anywhere. You're not going to improve in life. That is how it is. Everything that you get, there is something that you lose. I usually believe in my own way that each and every person has their own challenges that they are managing. The difference is that those people at the top, they do not have the same challenges as those people at the bottom. So you have to be willing to, to bite as much as you can chew. You have to be willing to go for what you know you can be able to withstand. That is how it is. Next point is the true leaders are able to sacrifice. They have the willingness to pay the price for the cause. Okay, so there is this video of one of the top earners, one of the top performers. That is called Pastor Ezra Ukoko from Nigeria. He used to say, you either pay now, you either pay now and play later, or play now, pay later. He said that the price has to be paid. If you're not the one paying the price, then you're passing that price to your next generation. And that is going to affect you in one way or the other. Okay? So you are either the guy who is bringing in the change, or you are the guy who is passing that kind of task or responsibility down to your next generation. Okay, so true leaders, they understand the concept of sacrifice. They understand that right now I have to go through hardship for the sake of a better tomorrow. I have to go through hardship for the sake of my team. I have to do ABCD for the sake of my team. They are willing to do that. Okay, and that is where you get that these people, they are always very much willing to support, very much willing to guide you, very much willing to mentor you. They are just hungry for the right people. Okay, the next is they have willingness to pay the price for the cause. They understand that if they don't do it, then there is no one else who is coming to do it for them. So they decide to take that burden of doing it. However hard that it seems, however hard that it looks, they decide that, you know what, that is now my path. That is the path I chose for myself. I'm just going to handle it. Okay. Next point is persistence is when you tell your present that the future is more important than you right now. A small price to be paid for infinite comfort. Okay, so persistence is when you keep on assuring to yourself that, right now, let me just go through the hard moments so that I can be able to create something that I envision, and that thing is going to give me more enjoyment in the future. That is how it is. Okay, I remember at these times when I was starting the business, and I used to face a lot of negativity and a lot of rejection from all the people who knew me, because I'm the guy who came from poverty, okay, from zero. And these people, they used to tell me, you're not going anywhere, you're not going to succeed, and things like that. I have a few guys who used to ridicule me back in campus, before I finally decided now to drop and leave everything. They used to tell me, you're not going anywhere with that business of yours. But you know what? I told them that, just give me time. Other people, I just kept quiet because, I was waiting for a comeback. And there is one thing that I've come to realize is that the more you keep on telling yourself that the future is something where now the real prize is, and you keep on telling that to yourself in the present, when you're working very hard in the present, when you're working every day in and out to be able to achieve what you want, that which you're telling yourself about the future, you get that you're going to achieve that much, much faster. The strongest form of motivation is when you motivate yourself. When you tell yourself that it is going to work, when you tell yourself, let me keep on building, when you keep on pushing yourself, let me tell you, self-motivation, anything that comes from within is more powerful than anything that comes from without. That is where you get in scenarios where we have someone who is depressed and every person in the family loves them and is telling them that, you know what, do not commit suicide, do not do something bad. And that person decides that from within them, they are going to tell themselves that, you know what, I'm tired, I'm going to commit suicide. Eventually they get to die. If they tell themselves from the inside, from within, that, you know what, I'm going to change my situation, they're going to become powerful. The same power. If you tell yourself that you're going to become successful, you make yourself believe from within you. However much other people do not believe in you, you're going to make it. It is usually a change of perspective, the mind and the heart. Once you get them to agree on something, you become one of the most powerful entities that ever existed. And that is how we get to achieve. That is how we get to become persistent, even when we are just alone without any other person, okay? So that is how we get to reassure to ourselves that the things that we see, the things that we envision creating with other people, the things that we see that we are going to do with other people to help them be able to become successful like us, at one point the way we are going to achieve them. It is through what we call persistence, and it is through now telling that to ourselves. Okay, so now that is how it is, and I believe up to this point you've learned about how to become a great leader and the qualities of a great leader. And those 5 qualities are things you can be able to employ in your business development, and they will actually be able to help you become a much, much better person, okay? So let's keep on learning. We have so many skills that are coming, and I believe that we are going to use these to be able to build on our team and be able to build on a better business. Let's meet at the top. Ciao.